Mechanics of Aperture. Okay, I have this lens. And on the lens is printed 3.5 to 5.6. Right now, just looking at the lens, I know that this is at the 3.5 status. And then if I expand it out, that's 5.6. Not much change in this lens. Again, this is one of the lenses they give you for free with the camera. So 18 to 55 doesn't have a whole lot of change between those numbers. And then that being only a 3.5 and nothing smaller, this lens is pretty cheap, inexpensive. All right, now let's look at aperture, however. So right now, if I look inside the lens and go like this so the camera autofocuses in on closer detail, I have this little pinhole. This pinhole right now is at 36 aperture. So you don't see that on the lens. It's not printed 36 because 36 is always the case with lenses. That's the highest number in aperture. That's the smallest amount of hole that is necessary. So being so small, light doesn't come into the camera very fast and it takes a long time to process the picture. Now, if I go like this is 3.5. So don't ever do this, by the way, unless you know what you're doing. But this is opening the aperture on the lens. So 3.5 is now, and if I go like this and expand it out and go to try that again, I won't be able to open it as much. Okay. Now, that's what costs so much on a lens. If you can get that hole bigger and have it expandable from the smallest, which is 36 of the hole, and then the highest, which now is 5, we can get that large amount of change as far as how much light can enter a camera and how much light can be choked off. This also states depth, and we'll get into that in the next video, but for right now, that's how aperture works. Just remember this: the larger the number, the smaller the hole. Larger the number, smaller the hole. And then you can get that in your mind that if I have a large 36, I have a very small hole in which it will take a long time to process the picture. And I have a lot of chain or a lot of time in order to mess around with what that picture turns out to be. All right, so that is the mechanics of aperture. Enjoy.